What's up, guys? Jack's back, all right? I know the last episode ended with me saying I was going to do this more. We've had a bit of a tough go with that, but I've been busy. I've been living in this exciting world. Summer's been fun, huh, guys? So much has happened, you know. I went traveling. You know, the president has had 2 assassination attempts on his life. Although the first one was a little bit more wild, for sure. I know I'm late on that uptick, so I don't want to talk about that too much, but, you know, plus I got a haircut. What a summer. What a summer it's been. Am I right? Love the little undercut. Somebody told me that I had a bob haircut when I got it cut, and that made me sad. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, crazy summer. We got Biden dropped out. We got the UK. I went there. I went to the UK and Ireland. After there were some stabbings there, a couple weeks after that. Of course, nothing happened when your boy showed up. All right, not a blip of news on that crap. And we'll get into it. We'll catch up. You know. Get back to our roots over here at the Just Jacking Around podcast. We'll just jack around a little, guys. I've been jacking around, not on camera, of late. You know, summer loving vibes. Sue me. Sorry, guys. I missed you. You know, if you didn't miss me, fair enough. I can't escape me, so I kind of gotta just ride that wave. But yeah, here we are. I got a little desk. Folds out, which I'm excited for when we have guests. We'll turn it around, flip it, but for now, skinny legend, love her. Trying out this globe, realized don't have decorations at this level besides my lovely piano book, and you can see a little bit of this guy behind me, but yeah, we're in my new apartment, so that's cool. I'm in right by the lake in Chicago now. Good times. Pretty close to Boys Town nowadays, so shout out Clubbing with the Gays. Does anyone party harder? Honestly, who knows? Because gays party hard. I was partying with them in the States, partying with them across the pond, and by golly gee, men aren't dancing enough. Gay men are dancing plenty, all right? Let me tell you, school dances, that's not how the club be, and I appreciate that. I had a great time in Glasgow at the Polo Lounge, and a great time at the George in Dublin. Good times, been around since the 80s. Fun fact, I didn't know Ireland was like one of the first countries to legalize gay marriage in 2016, pretty late in the game, not 2016. I'm gonna mess up dates. I have established that fact now. Do I know my history? We'll see. I did go on my first intercontinental trip. Went over. Jamaica was a fun time. I went to Asheville to see my sister in North Carolina. Good, cool hippie town. Shout out breweries and live music. I gotta go again this fall, probably see the leaves change. But yeah, hopped across the pond, slept on the flight, super easy, had a little layover in Lisbon. Was like, dang, why am I not chilling out in Lisbon? Trying to backpack next year though. Maybe I'll make a vlog or something, or we'll just have a little setup in a hostel someplace. You'll get to see some fun guests. Yeah, layover in Lisbon, went to London, spent about 3 days there, stayed near the river, Borough Market, went out. I was drunk probably every night of my trip. I slept pretty, 4 a.m. was a pretty standard bedtime. Longest I stayed was till 10 a.m. the next day in Glasgow. Shout out that chick from a metal band, death metal voice. Pretty sick. They sing about historical Scottish events. Legend. Pretty sick. They go for afters at casinos a lot of the time after the bars close. So I was drinking till the sun was up almost every time. Didn't black out at all, which was cool. Yeah, first night, stayed out till like 4 a.m., went partying, clubbing in Soho, came back, had a piss in the Thames, USA baby, looking right at the London eye, making eye contact, know what I'm saying? And that came back to bite me. You know, Britain's got a little bit more influence than I care to admit. But it was fun. I don't know if you guys have ever peed off a bridge before, but it is a funny feeling. Yeah, London shuts down pretty early on Monday, Tuesday. That's when I was there. There's a bank holiday, and I was like traveling during that day, so I missed the night before where I was like, well, we all got the day off, so let's party. So I kind of had the aftermath, which was lame. I'm not gonna lie. Tried to go to a club, and there was only one open that had like an EDM show, could get tickets. Met this cool girl from Toronto in line at Dishoom, which is a delicious Indian restaurant there. Very tasty, cool vibes all around. Had a little bit of a tea break for the Mary Jane over there, except for the Canadian, brought a little Juicy J, and that's nice. Came back, immediately ruined the tolerance again. Right back to where we were. Wah, wah, wah. But anywho, had a lovely time in London. Very expensive. The UK pound beating the shit out of the American dollar. It's like 1.32 or something when I was over there. Not great. Not a great exchange rate. Like a 10-year high. I think it's because of the new prime minister, but I don't know. And they just had stabbing, so you think it'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe sell these tickets a little cheaper, but no. Pretty expensive. Had some disappointing fish and chips, I'm not gonna lie, because they were out of a lot of stuff when I got there because of the holiday the day before, and I didn't really get a solid fish and chips over there. I like accidentally bought a small portion when I was in Scotland, and I was just like, oh. I asked the waitress, I was like, hey, do people like this dish? And she's like, people don't. There's normally nothing left. And I'm like, I get it. I'm like, no shit. It's 3 chicken nuggets, or not chicken nuggets, fried fish nuggets on chips, like on fries, crisps. I'm gonna switch up my lingo, guys. They do a fun lingo over there. I had a decent time. I would get drunk and do the accents. London, I didn't really crack into that well. I had a little date on the last day, a little lunch date for ice cream, and she was like, well, let's hear your accent. And I was shy. I was so shy. Lady scene over there, pretty solid. Although the ones that were liking me, a little less so. Never, a lot of snogging, no shagging. We'll just say that. So it's a shame. But I was macking for sure over there on the girls and gays and days. And it was fun. Solid smooch. Yeah, was partying in Soho. I had this one British lady, she's like, do you fancy me? I was like, yeah, and then I turned to go flirt with this Australian that I was flirting with already, and then turn around, she's gone. I was like, well, probably should have carped that diem, you know what I mean? Just to do it while I was over there, because I went over there, 9 days, I'm hoping to get one, but I made up for it when I got back, which is most of what I was doing before I left, hence why there's not that many videos. I'm obviously working, paying rent, server life, but also Jason, you know what I mean? Woof. Anywho, met some lovely Australian people. Definitely, I need to go to Australia soon. We found out about a friendship visa. Might do some reef restoration over there, and flirt with the birds, as it were. The Sheilas, and that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to Australia very much. But anywho, I think if I stuck in one place for like a while, I could have had more success. I had people that wanted me, but also I was staying in hostels. In London, I stayed in a hotel. The worst place to do it because it was expensive. And such a shame. Such a shame that Jack did not let her rip, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, I'll quit whining about being a whore. Great times. A lot of gin and lemonade over there. Their lemonade, kind of like Sprite or like 7-Up, which is, I do like, but not, why are you calling it lemonade, you know? Delicious gins. A lot of white wine drinking over there as well. Had some pints, obviously, when I was in Dublin. Had the ton of Guinness, split the G. Good time. Dublin was probably my favorite, but I won't get ahead of myself too much. In London, did a bunch of touristy stuff. Saw the Queen's Garden, St. James. Borough Market is really cool. Great seafood over there. Saw the Globe. My friend from Oxford came and visited me. That was slick. Next time I go, I really want to explore more of the country. I didn't go to the beach one time, dude. I was supposed to in Ireland, go see the cliffs, and then I was like, weather's crappy. I should have gone yesterday. Let's go to more museums, which I really hit mostly in Dublin because I was like, well, at least their stuff isn't stolen, and they're proud of their country, not Britain being like, oh, where did we get all these jewels? I did go to the Museum of Modern Art there, the Doma. No Doma though, sad. But people were playing instruments and stuff outside, a lot of buskers, really cool music scene. Was listening to a bunch of British rock while I was there. I tried to switch it up per place. A lot of Irish pub songs, which I didn't hear anyone singing, sadly. No drunken singing, no karaoke even. Ugh. Love karaoke. Then I took the train up to Glasgow. Lovely rides. People there, so friendly. People in London, I talked mostly to tourists, met some New Yorkers. It was fun. And then I went up to Glasgow, met with the person who previously owned my apartment before, and the person who owned Satan, visited Satan. Shout out Satan, hail Satan. The cat, not the deity. Love her. They have a new cat named Kitty, very imaginative, and they don't get along, such a shame, but Satan is me too. I just want to say that. And I missed her oh so dearly. So I hung out with her husband a lot of the time, who, shout out, is also from Indiana, but closer to the region, just like here in Chicago. And we had a great time. Love Glasgow. Glasgow. I got roasted to hell for that first night there. We went to a bar, drinking overproof rum, which was delicious. Playing some pool. We had within 15 minutes, 3 tables of people just all yapping and talking to each other. Another bird that fancied me, this time a Scottish lass, but thick and emo. I've done it so many times before, am I right? But I was like, whoa, let's take it easy. Her friend who was married was like, she thinks you're hot. Do you think she's hot? Let me know right now or you're wasting her time. I was like, better say no. What can I say? Yeah, very friendly people, lovely time. Had a conversation with a married couple the next night in a alt-rock bar, and they invited me to stay with them in 5. Blink-182 played while I was over there, so did Oasis and Coldplay, so people were losing their minds, man. It was a wonder for all, that Wonderwall. Never mind. I'll save the suicide jokes for later. But anywho, loved Glasgow. Saw the Duke with the cone on his head. I will also say this about all their public transportation: way cleaner than Chicago's. Not a rat in sight. Saw a couple of mice, but they're tiny little things compared to the big old rat boys we got in Chi-Town. Shout out the rat hole. Shout out every silhouette on the street where you're just like, ooh, Ratatouille said bye. I think Ratatouille did the most for rat PR over any film of all time. And I think we gotta swing that pendulum back because they're pretty gnarly. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, although Midwest friendly, the rats aren't that mean here. It's not like New York where they're chopping at the bit. Yeah, Glasgow, a lot of history. Saw some beautiful architecture. Architecture is one of the main things I focused on. Like in London, I ate at this place called the Duck and Waffle. fucking awesome place, open 24/7 on the 40th floor. We found this after me and this Toronto girl were looking for clubs all night, and we're like, well, these places are open 24/7. And we saw the Sunrise. The Shard is a new skyscraper there. Gorgeous. The Gherkin, old one, looks like a butt plug. Weird to have a butt plug shaped skyscraper, but they did it. You know what I mean? And it is kind of pretty. I went to the Tower of London. Sorry, I'm going back to London. I got that ADD, guys. Y'all already know. Saw the Tower of London, old prison. People used to imagine being held captive in like a castle. You know what I mean? Pretty wild times. Saw the White Tower. Saw Tower Bridge. Gorgeous, beautiful. Rode on a double-decker bus. The whole nine. Took a lot of pictures with my camera, which you'll be able to see on my social media, which I'm doing more of now. I hope by the time this is coming out and in the future. I know I keep saying it, but ain't that just the way? Ain't that what a man does? Lies through his fucking teeth. Come on. Forgive me. Keep saying what's up with that, huh? What's going on with that? Glasgow, that was bad. If you had the chance to change your fate, would you? In Glasgow, I had, that's not right. I'm sorry. Give me, it's the threat of acting. It's just so much pressure. So anyways, when I was in Glasgow, I had a better time doing the accent. I actually felt like I had a pretty decent handle on it, and by the end, people were telling me when I went over to Ireland, didn't say I'm from America, past Canadian, past Scottish, and doing an accent drunk, it slips in more, you know what I mean? It's locked in a bit more. Just sort of feels more natural, you know what I mean? Plus everyone around you sounding like that, so I can't help but mirror what people are saying to me, you know what I mean? Wish I could remember some fun slang. Cockney rhyming slang, very fun. Really tell you potty shoes, is that alright? I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. Yeah, British, definitely my weak point. Scottish, people were like, bruh, I thought you were Scottish, I thought you were from here. But obviously I also look the way I do. We went to Edinburgh for a little day trip. We had someone who's supposed to host us, but she has way too many UTIs. Apparently they're just like a monthly thing. Rough for her. Hope she gets that looked at, TBH, because that sounds very annoying and painful. UTIs suck, and make sure you guys always pee after you bang. Alright, both parties, just to be safe. But definitely if you have a vagina, pee after sex, PTA for UTI. Acronyms are fun. So the castle, saw a little sunset. Love a sunset. Went by that hill that I don't know the name of. I should have done more research in general. It was on the east side by the seaside, and it was pretty, and there were like a little castle spire on it, and you can see this swirl building on the Edinburgh skyline that people are complaining looks like a turd, which I think shit building design, am I right? No, the architecture was gorgeous. You have buildings that are like older than our country that are, mwah. That's one of the things I love most about Chicago is its architecture. Birthplace of the skyscraper, and you can tell. Shout out all the European architects and architects around the world that came here after the Great Chicago Fire. I'm just like, fuck it, we ball. We can go crazy with this shit. We can go brazy with it. Saw some beautiful old churches. Saw St. James Cathedral in London. Sorry, I keep looping back. Didn't hang out in churches that much in Glasgow and Edinburgh. I did have dinner at the Church Now bar, which is, let's get more of that action going on in Glasgow, where my lovely hosts got married, actually, which was cute and cool. And had plenty of whiskey. As soon as I went to Scotland, I was like, it's whiskey time, baby. It's brew time. Whiskey in Dublin. whiskey in Glasgow, whiskey in Edinburgh. Had some decent food. People always shit on the food. I like tea now, also tea time. Just an excuse to eat a cookie or a biscuit, as they say over there. And if you give me a cookie, I'm gonna like doing the thing. That's like Pavlovian conditioning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think that's fair. But yeah, English black tea, I like it now. I don't like coffee still, really. I've been on more like jasmine matcha lately. I'm into tea. Tea's a good time. You want tea, bro? What kind of tea cycle you run, brother? Every day at 11. 11sies. Sorry, I just look so disappointed after I make a joke. I've been doing a little bit of stand-up, but I haven't done it since I got back from the UK, so my wits are not sharpened as much as they ought to be. I didn't meet that many sarcastic people over there, which is a shame. I met some though. Yeah, went clubbing at Polo Lounge in Glasgow, little gay place. Had a Viper, that's a drink over there, very sugary, kind of like it's whiskey, vodka, OJ, and then like a Mad Dog 2020 type beat, blue liquid that kind of tastes like a Smirnoff Ice as well. So super sugary, very strong, supposedly. Their drinks over there are actually kind of weak. Like, it's hard to find a beer with an ABV above 5%, and it's hard, like their drinks, everyone's using a jigger, or jigga if you prefer, but no, a jigger, which is the little 2 ounce on one side, half ounce on the other thing that bartenders use. And sometimes some of them, the ones that don't love you and want to give you a stout mopping drink, but you won't get those like the first time anyway. Anywhoosies, they're strict about it because they do have a drinking problem over there, which is lame. We were at this place and in London, and this guy had 3 towers of beer with his friends, and he got kicked out by the end. And I got to hang out with the 2 lovely ladies from New York. Shout out their birthday. And heard about a big ass lake in Guatemala that I gotta go see. And then I heard about it again when I came back, so that's in the itinerary for sure. That might be like the next winter thing. And apparently it's very affordable, which the next trips must be. This was way too expensive. Trying to backpack, better save the hell up for that. That's why I'm working my ass off now. Sorry you ain't seen me, folks. Might be. I'm on my grind. This episode of Just Jacking Around is brought to you by traveling. How can something feel humbling, yet also make you feel more experienced than most? Find out when you travel. Is it expensive? Sure. Not great for the environment? You betcha. But will you love it? You bet your darn sweet tuchus you will. This is a PSA based on my own experiences. Do not, I repeat, do not drink the drink that's not yours at the bar. No matter where it is, no matter how loudly it calls, I'm free in your drunken stupor. Stay safe out there. This episode is brought to you by the gays. They party hard, they're everywhere, and they love to dance. Shout out the gays. Thanks for being the one demographic that will buy me drinks. Slay. Yes, Edinburgh, Glasgow. Then I flew over to Dublin. Probably my favorite of the 3, although Glasgow, very fun, felt very welcome. Had a brat teeny there. Ugh, mwah, delicious. And also, clubbing to Charlie XCX in the club where she's from. Mostly I did it in Glasgow, actually, which is not where she's from. But over on that side of the UK, pretty cool, pretty fun. Did the splits in every country I've done also. So, left my mark. I'm the adventurous type. This proved to me, I kind of took the easy route, you know what I mean? English-speaking countries, I have a background over there. We've been in America a while, but you can just look at me and people are like, Scotch-Irish? Aye, you know it. And it was a fabulous time. Felt at home. Not my last time there, for sure. And maybe I'll pop up while I'm over in the mainland Europe. But we'll see, because I plan on backpacking for a month, maybe 2 if I can afford it. And, you know, I already went there, so I'm chasing what's new, baby. I do want to shout out the climate change seriousness they take over there. I know I'm gonna be hippy dippy for a sec, but like in the airport, as soon as you get to London, and they're like, flying's bad for the environment. They're like, let's talk about the elephant in the room, massive 4-foot elephant, climate change. What are we doing about it? And honestly, London is doing some cool stuff. Gardens all over the place. People are starting to use a Miyawaki method, which is a Japanese method, obviously. But an arborist spent a lot of time in the 20th century kind of perfecting a way to make forests grow as quickly as possible. Something that can grow in 30 years in nature can grow in like 10. They aerate the soil in a very localized area, prepare it with microfungus and stuff like that, things to kind of get the nutrients going around, make sure there's mycelium to distribute stuff. And then they plant very densely native plant species. And it can be a big area, but it's most of the time in like a small area, like, you know, an acre or something less even. And they're less likely, because they have layers, like they have shrubs, and it's not just fast growing trees that kind of take over everything in a few years, and the middle and lower layers all die. They space it out. It's grows all at once, and that's why it's kind of like the Three Sisters thing for corn, squash, and beans. Like, they protect each other. They are more than the sum of their parts. Anywho, a lot of cool stuff being done like by Planet Wild and Mossy Earth and projects like that. Rewilding over there, I think that's really cool. I wish we took more pride in our beautiful nature in America. I hope Chicago can do a Miyawaki method thing, because Central Park just did it a little bit ago. And Chicago, don't you hate losing to New York? Am I right? Let's step up our game over here a little bit. You know what I mean? We're killing the water management game. Are we? They got a big plant though over here. I'm excited. I hope they're doing cool stuff. I'm thinking about maybe going back to school over there. Trinity College in Dublin, one of the oldest colleges since like the 1500s. Super cool place. Met a bunch of students from there when I was out drinking. Dublin style. Did not get to see the Book of Kells. Did get to see the Guinness factory. Worth it. I'm not a big coffee guy, and I'm normally not even a beer guy, but Ireland gave me the gift of being able to have any beer with a smile on my face, which I was always like, meh, it makes me feel fat and gassy, and I know I don't love beer. I was always a liquor guy. You know, there's not a liquor I don't like after coming to Chicago, and I turned my mind around on gin, which, thank goodness I did that before I went over there, because that gin is some of the best in the world. Shout out London Dry Gin, and shout out Hendrix, which I believe is an Irish gin. Yeah, love Guinness. Delicious. That some places had a pint of toasty, which is like a hot ham and cheese with tomato and onion. Delicious. Absolutely scrumptious. I will get to why I can now drink any beer with a smile on my face, because it happened on my last day of my trip. You know, it was like 3 days in London, 2 in Glasgow, took a little day trip out in Edinburgh. I had like 4 days in Dublin, and I was gonna go up to Howth to see the cliffs, and I never did, which I regret because I love the sea. But the river was cool, the River Liffey. The history was cool there. I went to a bunch of old museums and churches, and I was like, let's be a nerd. I went to St. Ogden's, one of the longest running services, been going since 1100. They're down to like 12 people nowadays. But the tour guide there was super passionate, super kind, and it was a free tour, because I was really trying to save money and not go into credit card debt too bad, because all my expenses were on my credit card, and I went up to like $1,800, and that is inadvisable financially. But I'm working on it, chipped away, already down to 15. Trying to do that every paycheck. The credit card debt is bad. But interest rates just dropped, ladies and gentlemen, by 0.5%. So, yeah. Hopefully that helps with our student loan stuff. You know what I'm saying? Went to Kilmainham jail, where all the big political prisoners in Ireland in the era of the revolutionaries for like 500 years would be locked in. During the Great Hunger, people were getting arrested and put into jail for, begging, which is crazy. They made begging illegal in a kind of English-induced poverty thing. I'm definitely pro Ireland, Scotland against the British. I kind of felt like a dick for going to London, but I was like, I'm over here. I'm gonna hang out. But viva the Republic. Okay, let me just say. I won't go into Northern Ireland because I didn't go there, so I can't talk on it. But Ireland, lovely time, friendly folks. Loved the George. Loved this place called Stag Bar. Loved, I think, no, Molly's was Glasgow. Loved the Liberty Bell. I went to the Liberty, so that was a cool area. Kilmainham Jail, though. That's where all the people who were behind the 1916 Easter Rising, which was the last revolution before Ireland gained its independence in the 1920s, were executed, all 7 of them. One of them got married the night before he was executed and couldn't fuck his wife, and she was pissed, and I would be too. And she later wound up in that jail and painted a mural on the wall. They had like a Victorian ward, which was very pretty, but it's unoccupied now, which is cool. It was discontinued after the Republic of Ireland was born, and kind of left in disrepair for a while. And then in the 60s, a bunch of volunteers were like, well, this is history. You know what I'm saying? Side of the most famous jailbreak ever in Irish history. They had Ireland's most wanted man at the time, who they later crushed his feet and beat the shit out of. But anywho, they didn't know it was him. And him and his bunkmate convinced the guards to let him out, and they had to try 2 times because they couldn't cut the lock with the bolt cutters the first time, so they just went back up and did it again the next night. And they got away, and they lived their lives. And the people who got away, or let them get away, were... Yeah, Britain was not fucking around. They were dicks. Innit? At least we don't have mass shootings during mathematics. Oi. Teeth there were up and down teeth. You could definitely tell this person has veneers. This person is why those memes exist. Definitely some lower teeth were just like shark style. Do you guys not have toothbrushes? I never had braces. You know what I mean? I just brush my teeth. I know you guys have the NHS and it's falling into disrepair, but it never included dental, and this has been a problem for hundreds of years. So, figure out braces or something, please. Begging you. Pleading you. Let me check my notes. A lot of live music over there. Saw some stand-up, saw some lovely stand-up at Stag Bar in the basement. Very cool times. There was a Nigerian fellow, the host, native Irishman, who's got a last name which apparently is pretty common in the IRA. So he was like, no, I'm not one of them. Not one of those guys. And there was a fellow with a stutter who had some dynamite material on that stutter. If I remember their names, I'll put them around. I don't remember a ton of specifics now because it's been a week and a half and my life is drug-addled and fast-moving. You know what I'm saying? Mostly booze. Mostly hooch and ganj. Watch this. This is actually just a confession in my gradual failings and descent into madness and disrepair. So, I hope you guys enjoy the ride. Oh yeah. Also no. You know, let me tell the story of why I can drink any beer I please now with a smile on my face. All right, I was at this place, cute vibes, met a bunch of French people and Italian people. We're talking outside. We're exchanging cigarette filters for cigarette papers. Someone's exchanging tobacco for a drink. Diplomacy, you know what I mean? Trade deals are going on outside. I'm an American. They're enjoying me. They're like, oh, I never would have thought you're American. You're not just a loud asshole, you know? Although I do apparently look very American with my People think California a lot because I got the hair, and I dressed for Irish summer they were not having, said one of the comedians, because I was wearing Hawaiian shirts, and that's just my vacation clothes, guys. I could be in Norway, and I'm probably packing at least one. But it was like 60s. I was dressed lighter, and I felt like shivering less than some natives, so that made me be like, what's up, guys? Wearing shorts pretty much every day. Brought some leather pants, some faux leather pants, and those were fun in the club. But anywho, last day in Dublin, having a great time. Nothing tragic has really happened. I lost maybe an earring and a phone charger. It could have been a lot worse, you know what I mean? I'm clubbing, I'm having a good time, I'm drinking, I'm meeting new people, getting Instagrams. Met this... I'll get back to that. Anywho, met some fun people singing. They got live music going on in the back. I'm drinking. You drink a lot, you gotta use the bathroom. I go down there. I see a pint glass on a toilet. And I'm like, you know, if that's just an unattended beer, I could be a little drunker for free right now, which is a bad idea. Don't drink not your drink. You'll see. I thought it was a lager, okay? Foam on top, gave it a whiff. I can't smell that good, and I'm a little drunk. And I take a sip, not lager, boys. But in fact, I was pissed, all right? Pissed off, pissed in. Salty, warm, don't like it. Know that I don't have a piss fetish, for sure. Took a sip. Why would you fucking piss in a glass on top of a toilet where you piss? Why would you not just piss in the toilet? Why'd you ruin a perfectly good fucking pint glass like that, huh? Why? Somebody got me. You know what I mean? It's a prank. They fucking got me. Sickening. Alright? I went upstairs. I drank probably $50 worth of neat whiskey. Strong. Wanted to taste like fucking berries. Ugh. So, yeah. Anyone who thinks beer tastes like piss, they haven't accidentally drank piss. Because, let me tell you, any fucking beer in the world, the worst Oktoberfest bullshit, the fucking stoutest ale you can fucking find, light-ass Bud Light tastes like fucking nectar after drinking accidentally pee. You know what I mean? I know more people in my life that would wholesomely forget their drink somewhere and then just not worry about it than I know people that would maliciously and purposely piss in a pint glass and leave it for some poor, bad impulse control son of a bitch like yours truly to have a sip on. Yeah. Not a fun time. Do think, who pissed in your pint glass should be a turn of phrase. And I'd also like to fucking know, because I would have had more than words with this motherfucker. Didn't get into any scraps over there. Saw some guys shadowboxing. I'm a big guy. I felt pretty okay. Something to look out for if you're ever in London. At night, looking on your phone, guy on a bike will come by and just snatch that shit. So just be careful. Didn't happen to me, but luckily I had some drunk guys help me out and protect me. I got a service industry discount over there still at certain bars, which was sick as fuck. Love. Shout out helping people out. Not tipping was nice. Having the tax included in the price was nice. Lack of AC was fine. It was pretty good temps over there. Like it was like 90 something in Chicago when I was over there. I was like, thank fucking God, it's actually 70 degrees, 65 degrees, like it's pretty nice. I think it dropped to 50s one time in Ireland. Fahrenheit. I don't know shit about Celsius, guys. I know I'm 1.84 meters. Couldn't tell you much else. I don't know how many stone I am at all. I know I think I was like 131 kilograms. But because it's 2.2 times. I can't do math. I can't do math, guys. I'm just a theater kid. I'm just a dumbass fucking theater kid. So that means every 10 pounds is 6 kilograms. I'm pretty sure. I'm not doing math. I'm not doing any more math. You can. I'm like 235. American. Ugh, it felt so good to be back. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun to be adventuring over there, but coming back home, I felt loved. I felt missed. And can you put a price on that? And people were like, "Oh, Jack, where have you been? It's been so long." Definitely an attention whore still. Definitely an actual whore still. And that is why I have not been around. That's why I've not been back, guys. Might be. As you've heard, I've been a little busy. You know what I'm saying? I went to St. Patrick's Cathedral also in Dublin. Beautiful. This has never been very orchestrated or organized, right? You know what I mean? I think we should have a commercial break soon. But I also think I might just randomly throw in it because I'm feeling like I'm on a roll here, and I feel like this is past the halfway point. So we're gonna keep going until I peter out and die, conversationally, not literally, although yes. How have you guys been? I do want to have guests on in the future. Let's talk the future of this podcast, all right? I want to have guests on. I want to have maybe some fun lights. I'm trying to do games. I'm trying to do more comedy and meet more comedians. My lovely friends from college are doing a show at the Laugh Factory nowadays every second Thursday. I'm trying to get on it if I can help it. I'm trying to get out there. I want to audition for stuff. I miss improv. I miss singing. It's calling my name. So I'm trying to be more show busy, baby. Quit being a little pay your bills and be a whore and that's all. You know? Write your little theme song. Play your out-of-tune instruments. You know what I mean? Get out there, make some lovely music, meet lovely people. The people were my favorite part of the entire trip. I love meeting new people, so friendly, so chill, love drinking with folks, love getting to know people better. My favorite way to explore a country is to be shown around by someone who actually lives there, have a little guide, and I definitely am traveling more. I know it's like not that cool or special. Of course I want to travel. Everyone wants to travel. But I'm doing the damn thing. I'm jumping off cliffs. Shout out Jamaica. I'm trying to swallow the fear, digest it. You know what I'm saying? I want to do stuff that gives back to the world. I might go back to school for like restorative ecology and actually not feel like but I'm not even using my current degree. So like, we'll see. We'll see what I do. Australia has a friendship visa if you do rural work there. I might go to St. Hamilton's Island for like 3 to 6 months. I want to get scuba certified, do reef restoration maybe in Bali or Indonesia in general, and then kind of bring that back here. I would love to do some restoration work in Jamaica as well, clean up plastic, the like, restore native ecosystems, make sure sea life is protected and health. Like, we only got this one world, guys, and we are fucking it up. There's another bleaching event going on, but there's hope. There's hope, and people give up hope too easily. People don't talk about the hope enough. There are things we can do. There's things we're doing. There's things we can do better, and I hope we do them. And I'm trying to do what I can. I am a hippy dippy guy. I'm one of those long hair, J-name poly guys who cares about the environment, smokes a decent bit of herb, and explores their mind and the world. And I'm trying to be, I think that's pretty cool. I think I like that and I want to be that. And I want my actions to be the measure of who I am, as are we all. I'm trying to act in that way more. And I hope this isn't even that entertaining, guys. This is why I need a guest. Keep it light. I'm getting so serious, and this is just a little reflection of me and my disappointments in myself. But I'm proud to have adventured. I think that was cool. Trying to do some more, trying to go to Greece, Croatia, Amsterdam for sure, Copenhagen, trying to go through Spain and Portugal. Might still do van life at some point if I figure out a driver's license. Definitely going to like Sweden, Norway, Denmark. I already said Copenhagen, but I'm trying to go all around. I heard great things about Germany. Everyone's like Berlin, super sick city. So I'll definitely be stopping by. History is really cool. I like going over there. I want to have a better recollection. So I'll write more things down. I'll write more things down, I believe. Yeah, trying to make more music. Didn't really do that over there at all, which is a shame because there is a lot of live music over there. And I think that could be something that I could do, but definitely not the current level of instrumentality that I possess. Like if I do something, I want to be in a band so I can cover my ass. Saw my mother before I left. Saw my sister a bit. We were supposed to record a podcast episode. That's part of why it got pushed back even further. And here we are now. I miss my sister. She doesn't call a lot. But I thought our episode was pretty funny. I'm gonna start having probably my friends on here more. I don't know how people I'm sleeping with probably shouldn't be my guest, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's just could probably turn out very poorly. So put a pin in that. But I'm banging some funny people, guys. So that's a good time. Don't drink pee. PSA for the episode. Public PP essay, even if you would. Yeah, I don't like how it's just me. I don't really love the way I rant or talk. I don't even think this is passion. This is just like a recap. Traveling is important. I think everyone should see the world as much as they can. I want to capture more of it and share it with you for the people who can't afford to see it or don't have the time. I really want to travel for work, and I'm traveling either way. So I'm going to figure out maybe reviews or hotel work or some type of way to do that. I want to be a man of the world. Already trying to be a man of the people. Know what I'm saying? Shouldn't we have more words to describe being a slut or a whore? A conquistador, if you will. You know what I mean? Man of the people. I think it's nice, it's classy, well-traveled. Another complimentary way to say someone is on the promiscuous side. You know, he's Obama. He's exuberant. He is a social butterfly, if you will. Are his wings legs? Because he's spreading. Yeah, I am working on a lot of things. Could be working harder, and I will. I have a lot of my friends that are busting their ass on things. I'm trying to get my website actually up. Social media actually happening. I shot some decent stuff on my camera this time around. Some could have been better, but hopefully I can share my beauty with you folks, you lovely people. Maybe I'll put some in this video. We shall see. Saw the Needle in Dublin where they took down the tower and during the Troubles. And it was very poignant. I wanted to climb it very bad. Beautiful statues over there. Visited Oscar Wilde's house in Dublin. Oscar Wilde, hell of a guy. Shout out the gays. Little did we know in his college years, Bram Stoker, the guy who made Dracula, stole his girl. Isn't that crazy, Mr. Dracula, steal your girl? Vampires are hot, and this motherfucker knew off the get. And I think he couldn't have wrote Dracula if he didn't understand Oscar Wilde, super cool. Came from a bit of an aristocrat. Famous doctor, ear and eye surgeon. Doctor, dad, mom. Bit of an Irish revolutionary. Super cool. Used to have parties in her house overlooking a delightful little park where the statue is. And he grew up in that house. And it was cool to be there. Love Portrait of Dorian Gray. Anyway, he got married. I believe he had children. Then he later on was like, well, I'm just going to be gay in London. I'm on top of the world. I went on an American tour, made money, wore my knee-high breeches, gave some badass quotes, wrote plays, books, poetry. Talented, beautiful, talented man. Would have had a good time with him. Dublin, shout out Ireland for having some literary greats, you know? Didn't know cinema was so big there. Super massive thing there that people love and enjoy. Ireland has some talented artists, and I want to go over there again. I saw a little bit of the Fringe Fest in in Edinburgh, and that was also cool. Saw some fire eaters and blowers doing some crowd work, which was funny to see. And it was a beautiful time. I'm trying to have more, and so should you. That's what I'm saying. I think I should shut the fuck up probably soon. I don't love hearing my own voice. I don't know if you guys like this at all. This kind of feels like a life updates thing. I want this to be funnier. And I think I need a guest for that and some gimmicks. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this thing. I feel like it's dragging a little bit, but that's what I've been up to. Yeah. Don't get shot. Travel. Don't drink piss. That's this episode. Glad you didn't miss it. I'm back. There will be more. It will be things that I want more a little bit, I think. I could have been looking at this the whole time. Also, I had a layover in Reykjavik. Going to Iceland for sure. That shit is bussin'. Glaciers, the old-timey hot dog place. Almost like so many people there are published authors, like the highest percentage of per capita around. I want to go to the Isle of Skye. I am looking forward to traveling more, hitting the beach next time I'm around. Had a great time, met some great people. People are cool. We can save the world. We don't have to end it. We kind of are, and that is how I feel. Okay, and this is an age of where we overshare what we feel, and hopefully I didn't say anything that's gonna get me canceled on here. But also, I gotta say more shit than just what's happening with me. It's not that great. So, thank you for listening. Like, follow, and subscribe. What's up, YouTube, Spotify, and probably some other places soon, but not yet. Yeah, that'll do it. I'm back, and hopefully it won't be too long before I see you next.